Hello students, today we are going to start our first session on subject informatic practices, subject code as you all know 065, and today's topic is the CBSE syllabus for the session 2021. So let me start with your syllabus. So first of all, if any student who is in class 12, first he or she should pass the class 11 informatic practices subject with Python programming language. He or she should know the basics of the computer, like what is computer system, what is hardware, software, etc. Third thing, a student should know the basics of the Python programming language. Python programming language I hope you have studied that programming language in your class 11. And next thing is basics of the SQL database. कुछ बच्चों ने क्लास 11 में या सभी बच्चों ने क्लास 11 में SQL डेटाबेस पढ़ा होगा। उसमें SQL डेटाबेस क्या होता है, उसके बेसिक्स आप लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा, SQL क्वेरी कैसी लिखी जाती है। तो ये बेसिक नॉलेज आप सभी स्टूडेंट्स को होना चाहिए यदि आप क्लास 12 IP के अंदर एनरोल कर रहे हैं तो। So these are the simple prerequisites. So let me starting discuss your syllabus in detail. Let me go on to next slide. So these are the learning objective. Learning objective means after studying this course, the student will be able to perform, or student should be able to learn these things, perform these things. So after end of this informative practices course of class 12, any student should be able to create a series data structure, data frame data structure, and apply various operations on these data structures. Like in previous class we have discussed the data structure called NumPy array. So we had discussed various kind of the operations on NumPy array. Similarly, we can perform various kind of operations on the series and data frame. Second thing, you will be able to perform the aggregate operations or calculate the descriptive statistics on these data frames. What is aggregate functions? Aggregate operations, aggregate functions like maximum, minimum, average, all these, like sum of the all the rows of a single column, all these are the aggregate operations. You will be able to perform these aggregate operations after completing this course. You will be able to perform the descriptive statistics like mean, calculating the mean, calculating the mode, calculating the variance, standard deviations. All these things we have already covered for the NumPy array in your last class. You will be able to visualize the data using relevant graphs. This is very interesting. You will be able to visualize your data like through the bar chart, histograms, pie plot, pie chart, etc. So this is going to be very interesting. We can use the PyPlot library or Matplotlib library for this particular purpose. After completing this course, you should be able to write the SQL queries using aggregate functions like performing the sum of a column, average of a column, finding the maximum value from a column, minimum value from a column, etc. These are the aggregate functions. You should be able to write the SQL queries for that. Next is import and export data between SQL databases and pandas. This is interesting. Like we have created some database and we have created some tables. You should be able to import the data from the SQL database to the pandas data frame or data series, or vice versa. You should be able to import the data from the data frame using Python to the MySQL database. So we will discuss this through the chapter called MySQL Python interface. Next one is the terminology related to networking and internet. This topic is added in your in this session. Previous session for class 12 this topic was not there, but this one is a newly added, so keep that in mind. Networking and internet, this is going to be theoretical chapter. We will discuss you should be able to identify the networking terminology, what is hub, what is switch, what is LAN, MAN, WAN, etc. things. Next, we will be able to identify the security issues like hacking, phishing kind of attacks, cybercrime, cyberbullying, etc. thing you should be able to identify and define and configure the browser setting. Whatever you do on your internet, we use any of the browser like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer, etc. So you should be able to do the browser setting in such a way that it doesn't violate your privacy settings. Next, student should be able to identify the gender and disability issue with the information technology, like for disabled childs, for blind childs, what are the available resources for the students. So these things any student should be able to identify and learn after learning this course. So let me move ahead. Next. Yeah. So this is very important. Every student should know what is the distribution of marks unit wise. So there will be total 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4 as you see on your screen. First unit will be the data handling using pandas and the data visualization using matplotlib. This chapter has the highest weightage, that is 30 marks. So every student should put more emphasis on these, because this unit need some practice, and you should be very clear in your doubt in your concepts. Only then you will be able to solve the questions. There would be certain kind of questions are framed in this unit, like finding out the output, writing the code for a situation, some theoretical questions also there. So 30 marks, so keep that in mind. Second one is a database query using SQL. This is the second largest. Yeah, so 25 marks. So in this unit we will learn about how to write the queries, how to use the aggregate functions, how to use the joins, how to use the Cartesian products, how to union the queries. So all these steps we will discuss and we will learn in this unit. So this has the second highest weightage, that is 25 marks. So it is very important, it is very simple, very easy to answer. Introduction to computer network. This is a very theoretical chapter. We will learn some terminology, and there are one or two situation based questions, like you have to set up this computer network in this city and identify the type of the network, etc. Some kind of questions. There are some definition based questions will be asked from this chapter. So we will discuss the computer network in detail whenever we come to this chapter. Fourth chapter will be the societal impact. This is very similar to your class 11 chapter, that was cybercrime, cyberbullying, basics of internet, etc. things. So we will see those details in this chapter. So this chapter covers the 8 marks of your syllabus. So keep that in mind. These two chapters are very simple, theoretical. You can score 15 marks very easily, and there are 30 marks for your practical. You already know. So the practical will be mostly based in this chapter, pandas and data visualization and the database. So these two chapters will mostly cover your practicals. So while we study these chapters, keep attention that you should able to write the Python code for every problem. This will help you in getting these 30 marks. So total 100 marks is scheduled. 100 marks paper. This is information practice. It is very easy. You can easily score 90 plus if you regularly watch my videos with high attention and clear your doubts. So let me go ahead and discuss the next thing. Yeah, so now we will cover the unit wise syllabus. So there, as we have seen in the last slide, there will be 4 units. So unit 1 is data handling using pandas and data visualization using matplotlib. So this unit has 3 chapters. So the first chapter is data handling using pandas. So some portion of the pandas we have already covered in your class 11. We have studied the NumPy array. If you know the NumPy array chapter very well, then it will be very easy for you to understand this chapter. So in NumPy, for using the NumPy, we have to install a library called NumPy for that purpose. Similarly, for using the pandas in your computer, you have to install pandas, and for using the data visualization in computer, you need to install the matplotlib library. So we will see how can we install pandas, matplotlib in this chapter, in this topic. Next, we will see the 2 data structures. These are the series and data frames. We will discuss all those whenever we come to these. Then we will see how can we create a series object, like we have created NumPy object in last year, using NumPy array, using dictionaries, using scalar values, using mathematical. And then we will see certain operations on the series object. These are head and tail. Head is basically fetch the top values, fetch the top n values from the series object, and tail is basically used to fetch the last n values. We will discuss those functions whenever we come to this topic. We will discuss some more functions like selection, how can we filter out the specific data, indexing, how can we perform indexing in series object. Like in NumPy array, we have seen the indexing starts from 0 to n minus 1. Similarly, we can see that series also has indexing. We can in NumPy array we can have only integer as an index, but in series we can have index as labels. So we will discuss those whenever we come to this chapter. Slicing will be very similar to what we have done for the NumPy array. Second data structure is data frame. It is very important. How can we create a data frame from dictionary of series, list of dictionaries, text or CSV files. Then we will see some functions to iterate these data frame objects. We will see some certain functions in this topic, like ITR rows and ITR items. Whenever we will come to this topic, we will discuss operations on row and columns, like how can we add a new row, how can we select specific column, specific row, how can we delete a specific row or column, how can we rename any specific row or column label, how can we fetch top 5 or bottom 5 values from the data frame. So for that purpose we have head and tail function. Similarly for series object. Then we will have indexing using labels. As we know that data frame is a 2-dimensional structure. We can have the labels as a numerical value as well as the characters or any strings. Then we will see Boolean indexing. We will see how can we join 2 data frames, how can we merge the 2 data frames, how can we concatenate the 2 data frames. The last topic we will see how can we import and export the data from the CSV files to data frame and vice versa. So we will see those topics whenever we will come to this chapter. Let me go to the next chapter. Yeah, so this is chapter number 2. In this same unit we will have the pandas, but in this chapter we will discuss some advanced operation on pandas, like how can we calculate the maximum, like we do for the SQL table. We will do same for the data frame. Minimum value among the column or row, count the number of items in a row or column, sum of the column or sum of the row, finding the mean of the row or column, finding the median of the row or column, finding the mode of the row or column, finding the quartile of the column or row, finding the standard deviation of the column or row, finding the variance. All these descriptive statistics have the certain functions. We will discuss those functions with syntax and how they perform. So this is going to be very interesting. Around 5 marks question will come from this topic. So whenever we discuss, we will discuss this in detail. Then second topic is data frame operations. Data frame operations, we will discuss the aggregation, group by, how can we group the data frame data for a certain, by a certain column, by a certain value. We will sort the data frame items as per your requirement, like in data frame we have the age column, and if you want that the student whose age is maximum should come first, then in that case we will sort the data frame using sort function. We will discuss whenever we come to this topic. Deleting a specific column or row, or renaming the index, like we have given some label to the row or column, we can rename that at any point of time in data frame. Pivoting is a basically advanced operation that basically restructures the data frame. So we will discuss this topic in detail whenever we come. This topic is also important, fetch 2 to 3 marks question in your final examination. Handling the missing values also has 1 to 2 marks, which generally comes from this topic. Dropping means deleting the specific data from the data frame, like some certain column or certain cell has the NaN value or nil value. Then if you want to delete the particular column or row that has the nil value or NaN value, then we can use the drop NA function, we will discuss. And filling, if you want to fill a particular default with default value, there are columns or rows which have the NaN value, and if you want to fill up this NaN value with some default value in a data frame, then you can use the fill NA method, but we will discuss it whenever we come to this topic. Next is importing and exporting data between SQL and database. We have already discussed this. So let me come to the next chapter of the same unit, chapter number 3. This chapter is basically very interesting. This chapter is basically visualizing the data frame or series data into some mathematical models, like you have seen in your secondary classes, like plotting the line graph, bar graph, histogram, pie chart, frequency polygon, box plot, scatter plot. All these graphs can be plotted using the data visualization library called matplotlib. So like we have installed the NumPy in your class 11 for using the NumPy library. Similarly, for visualizing these kind of the mathematical graphs, we have to install the matplotlib library in your computer first. We will see how can we install this library whenever we come to this chapter. You see the line graph. This is the example of the line graph, like this. You know the bar graph. This is the example of the bar graph, like this, these are the bar graphs. You know the scatter graph, like some square, maybe plot like this, like this. You have seen this type of graph. This is known the scatter graph. You have already seen the pie chart. Pie graph is like this. We have the center, and then we have like this. Actually, I don't have the electronic pen currently. That's why it is difficult for writing. As soon as I arrange some pen, then it will be easy. 15, like 35, like this. So this is the pie chart, this is line graph, this is bar graph, and this is scatter graph. So all these graphs we can draw using Python. So we will discuss the code whenever we come to this topic. We can add we can customize the colors of this line graph, bars. We can change the style like dash line or solid line, dotted line. We can change the width of this scatter, width of these bars, width of this line. We can add some title to this graph, like x-axis title, y-axis title. We can add some legends in the plots, like we have multiple data in a same graph, then we can use the legends to categorize this data. So all these topics we will discuss in this chapter, data visualization. It is very important. Coverage will be around, we will fetch 5 to 7 marks question from this chapter. So let me discuss next unit. Next unit is unit number 2, coverage. We have already know that 25 marks questions will be asked from this unit. This is very easy SQL. We have already seen in 11th class. So in 12th class we have some mathematical functions in syllabus like power function, round function, mode function. We have already discussed some of them in class 11. Power function is basically used to calculate the power, like 2 to the power 3 is what? 8. So this function can be used to calculate the power. Round, mode, U case is basically convert any string to the uppercase. These are the text functions. Like upper, L case is convert the lowercase. Lower, mid function is finding the substring of any string. Length is basically find out the length, how many characters in the string. Left is basically get the string from the left side. Right is basically fetch the string from the right side up to some specified characters. INSTR is basically insert any character or string in between in a string. Trim is basically used to remove the string from the left side. Rtrim is basically right side, remove the string from the right side. Trim is basically used to remove the string from the left or right side depending on the parameter passed. Date function is basically used to calculate the date of the system, like current date, month, current month name like January, February, year, current year, day like Sunday, Monday, day name, etc. Aggregate functions we have already discussed in pandas as well. So like maximum is basically used to calculate the maximum of the column. Min is basically used to calculate the minimum of the column. Average is basically used to calculate the average of the column. Sum, count star, etc. we will discuss whenever we come to this topic. Query manipulating the data using group by. These are the advanced. Group by, having clause, and order by is basically used for sorting. Group by we have already discussed. We will discuss these 3 topics in data frame as well, and as well in the SQL topics. So it is very important topic. Almost 5 to 10 marks question will be asked from these topics, including both data frame and MySQL. And another operation is like union, intersection, minus, Cartesian product, and join. We will discuss these advanced operations when we will study the SQL topic. So let me go to the next chapter. Next chapter is very easy, introduction to the computer networks. So we will discuss what is the network. Network is the when one or more computer, like this is computer A, like we have this computer A, we have like this computer B. If these 2 computers are connected with each other and these 2 computers are situating situating on like 10-meter distance or 1-meter distance, etc. So these computers can communicate each other if we put those computers in network. So network can be classified in 3 types: LAN, MAN, and WAN. There is another type that is not mentioned here, PAN, personal area network, that is like your Bluetooth, infrared, etc. LAN we can see in our computer lab. So we will discuss those whenever we come to this topic, introduction to network. Then we will see the various kind of network devices, like you see the modem for connecting the internet, like you have the BSNL connection, then you can see the modem. You can see the hub in your computer lab, switch, repeater for improving the signal, amplify the signal strength. Router you can see in your phone or in your lab, Wi-Fi routers. These are routers, gateways. We will discuss all those in detail whenever we come to this topic. Network topologies. Networks can be arranged in star, bus, tree, mesh. Tree will be like this. Tree will be like this. Star will be like this. And bus will be like this. Your computers will be connected like this. This is the bus topology. We will discuss all those whenever we come to this topic. Introduction to internet. What is internet? What is URL? Like www.google.com is example of URL. This is unified resource locator. World Wide Web. its application, like what is web browser, what is email, what is chat, what is voice over IP. All those things we will discuss when we come to this chapter. What is website? What is website? Like what is facebook.com? It is a website. What is the difference between a website and a web page? Specific page, like your profile page is a page, but facebook.com itself is a website because it contains multiple pages. So we will see this concept. Static versus dynamic web pages. Static pages, the page whose data never changes on different requests. And for dynamic pages, whenever we see the Facebook profile page for your friend, it will show different data. And if you see the same Facebook profile page for different another friend, then it will show the another friend's data. So this is the example of the dynamic web page. Same HTML code but showing different data for different person. So such kind of HTML code is known as dynamic. So we will discuss how can we create dynamic and static web pages, web server and hosting of web. How can we host new website? How can you host your own website on the internet? Then we will see the web browsers. What is web browser? Like for opening any website, you need a web browser. Like Google Chrome is a web browser, Mozilla Firefox is a web browser. So these are the popular web browsers. So we will discuss what is web browser. Community-based web browsers like Mozilla Firefox is a community-based web browser, open source community. Browser setting. How can we do settings in a web browser, like anonymous? How can we open anonymous mode? How can we disable enable cookies? Those are the browser settings we will discuss. Add-ons and plugins, like today's browsers are built in such a way that they support multiple apps. Like we can add a add-on for downloading from the internet download manager, or for a video call we can, like hangout, we can add a plugin or add-on in our browser. Cookies. So we will discuss all these topics when we come to this unit. So this is a very simple unit. Coverage is 7 marks, so it is very easy to understand. You can score maximum. Now let me discuss the next unit. Next unit is societal impact. So societal impacts, we will discuss the digital footprint, net and communication etiquette. How can we communicate on the internet? Like whenever you are chatting with some friend on Facebook, what will be the communication etiquette? So we will discuss the data protection. How can you protect your data from any threat? Intellectual property rights, IPR. We have already discussed in 11th class what is the property rights. Like if I am developing this video, and if someone is using the same video for his business purpose without referring my name, then it is violation of the intellectual property right, because I am making this video with my hard work, and if someone else is using or publishing this for making profit without referring my name, then it is a violation of intellectual property rights. So we will discuss this concept when we will come to this topic. Plagiarism, copying the data from the different sources without intimating the author. This is plagiarism. Licensing and copyright of the software, free and open source software. Cyber crime, cyber laws, we will discuss those. What is hacking, what is phishing, what is cyberbullying, overview of Indian Information Technology Act for preventing from cyber crime. E-waste management. Today we have a lot of mobile phones, electronic gadgets, and these are getting outdated. We throw those into the open places, and these are the very hazardous plastic materials, harmful for the environment. So we will discuss how can we manage these e-wastes, and awareness about the health concern related to the use of technologies. So this is the simplest. This is the 4th unit, last unit, and this coverage is 8 marks in your final examination. So it is very important to see this unit. Let me see the next. In this session we will have a project is basically, aim of this project is to create a useful IT application for your school, for your any kind of businesses. You are, as a student, you should identify the real world problems, you can go on the shops or business places and communicate with those persons or organizations and find out their problems, collect their data, how they generate their data and store and manage and create a software for those. So this is a one kind of the example. You can create a project work for that. For that, for project work, you need to write down, you need to collect the problem from the businesses, and you need to solve that problem using Python. This is the real meaning of the project actually for IP student. So we will discuss how can we create a Python project in long run. You should start thinking about that. And learner can use a MySQL database. We will learn the SQL, how can we collect, how can we create tables, how can we create a database, how can we store the data into the tables. We have already discussed those commands in class 11, but still we will discuss in 12 class. So we will discuss how can we create database, and you can use that database using your Python code for creating a real world applications. So in while collecting the data and creating source code, you should make note that you should avoid plagiarism. Plagiarism is a offense. You should not take anyone else source code or software from the internet for your project. Keep that in mind, and don't violate the copyright issues while working on the project. Most of the time students take copy from the internet, and it violates the copyright of some other authors, and there might be a legal issue. So students should be aware that you should never copy the code from any website. Please discuss with me if you want to make some application similar to some different application you find on internet. So we will find a way, but keep that in mind. For a CBSE project, there can be a 2 to 3 members in a single project, maximum 3 members, minimum 1 member. So any student can individually make the project, or in a group he or she can make the project. We will discuss this in detail later on whenever we start the project. So let me go to the next topic. Yeah, this is related to your practical marks, how your 30 marks is divided. First of all, you should be able to write some programs using pandas and matplotlib that we have discussed in our unit number 1. That covers the 8 marks Python program in your practical examination. SQL queries, you should be able to write the SQL queries as per the unit 2nd. This covers the 5 marks question. You should be able to, you have to make a practical 5, minimum 20 program based on pandas, 5 program based on the matplotlib. So 25 minimum plus 20 SQL queries. So there will be around 40 practicals in your file. That record file should be properly maintained. That has the 5 marks weightage. Project, you have to make a project on Python. You have learned in class 11-12, that has the 7 marks weightage, and Viva will be of the 5 marks, that will be done by your external examiner. So this is the 30 marks practical. If you have any doubt, you can mail me on the classmgs@gmail.com. Let me see the next. So at the end, I would like to give some home assignment to you guys. What you should write the syllabus in your copy. First of all, for any course, you should know what needs to be studied. If you don't know what to study, it will be wastage of your time. So try to note down the syllabus in your notebook, and keep that in mind that you should cover the syllabus in detail. Now we will discuss yeah, so here it is the end of the slide. To ask any doubt to me, you should follow these steps. Identify the slide in which you have doubt, note down the slide number that is given on the slide, in which slide number you have the doubt. Mention it into the body of your subject of the email. Write down the doubt in the body of the email. Send it to this email ID, classmgs@gmail.com. If you have any suggestion, improvement in the class, do not send an email on this email ID. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.